Guys, I recorded my whole video and my mic wasn't working and I figured it out, so I'm here to re-record my video. Today, we have some very pressing topics to discuss. We need to discuss Nicki Minaj.
Big boobs? What?
While you might think you know about Nicki Minaj, or who Nicki Minaj truly is, she is not a U.S. citizen, and keep that in mind. She was born in Trinidad and Tobago, which is a common fact about her I feel like a good majority of people know. Her real name is Erika Tanya Mirage, and when she was about 5 years old, she would make the journey over to join her mother in Queens, New York, which is where she would then grow up and stay for a majority of her career before 2010s, where she would gain popularity off of her Pink Friday album that put her on the charts. And then she would go on to, as we know, be with Young Money and make the generational bangers that we know her for today and all the amazing hits. And she was very influential, and I say was for a reason, very influential person and pivotal person in the queer diaspora, trans diaspora, and the black female diaspora as well. She was a very much an icon, especially being known as Queen Mother. Her fans are known as Barbies. It's a very common term, mother, for the ballroom scene in the queer community, to be the mother of a house. Now, Nicki Minaj has, I would say in her former years, didn't really get a lot of live streams from her, and I think that is when things started to go downhill, is when Nicki Minaj gained access to some Instagram lives. I don't know when her first Instagram live ever was, but man, are her Instagram lives incriminating. Okay, not only are they incriminating for the things that she says, for the things that she potentially may be doing on her lives, and just the things that she threatens and says they're just out of pocket. I don't think a lot of the times when she goes live, I don't know if she has a lot of positive things to say, but she has found herself in a lot of controversies within the recent years. I want to say starting around like the early 2020s. The early 2020s. How do you say that? You know what I mean. I think one of the hallmark things that really kind of gave way to her potentially having a problem or issue with substances was when she was arrested in Amsterdam while she was also live, and they were saying that they found some soft substances in her carry-on and luggage, and then she tried to then blame it on her security and her staff, which is very interesting because she has a lot of music and a lot of songs and a lot of lyrics that center around usage of substances. It's not uncommon for her, and actually in one live stream she would go on to mention, you guys should know what I do because I talk about them in my songs.
You would know, if you're a fan of mine, that all you gotta do, if you want to know my drug of choice or my drugs of choice, just listen to my music, child, because it's all right there.
This, I think, was a pivotal moment that started the Nicki be doing that. I think this is what started all that, honestly. Because then if you follow her live trail record, and it's really not hard to get your hands on these clips, but I will put them in my video, she makes it so incriminating for herself. One live you can quite literally see the white on her nose.
It's going down. The goat is on the motherfucker, y'all. Can you see my snot coming down? Y'all, my snot is coming down because right before I got on live, I got a really beautiful surprise that I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to tell you guys about it, but it was so sweet. I just couldn't stop crying. So after I did my makeup, I had to redo a little bit under my eyes and my nose because someone that I fucking love so much sent me the most sentimental, meaningful, beautiful card and flowers and stuff.
There's someone else who recorded her one time where you can see her flumping over.
Period. For real, like, please take King Cartel. Can you take my number down? We love you, Nicki. And I wouldn't wait. I've been waiting years to show you. I just want you to see this.
There's another live where she's on live with Lil Wayne, and he's just trying to dismiss and act like he doesn't see and notice the fact that old girl is.
I was giving them a Queen radio today.
No.
Did snot come down my nose, y'all?
You can see me? You can see me?
I can see you clear. Can you see me?
Yeah, I didn't know we could see each other. That's great.
And honestly, it's very interesting because she also put out a message and she was like, well, if I was to be on the whatever I was doing, if I was really doing these, I would be proudly doing them. In a way, it kind of seemed like I'm calling out my behavior without saying that this is really my behavior. You know what I mean? I think she also went through a period of postpartum as well, which might have also been drug related, induced, enhanced, whatever word you really want to use there.
And one day, they're yelling push, and you're in pain. And then one day, it comes out, a beautiful baby boy. To God be the glory. Congratulations to every mama out there. You're doing a great job. In case no one's told you that, you're doing a great job.
But I also think that the events have caused her to lose her ever-living mind. Because there's no way the Nicki that we once loved and knew is the same Nicki that we're seeing and dealing with right now, going to Turning Point USA, supporting Trump, supporting white supremacy, getting up there and comparing the fact that little black girls and little white, they don't want little white girls to go through the same thing as little black girls are going through this time and the third. What does that have to do with anything?
I don't want what was done to little black girls done to little white girls.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You're sitting on the stage with Erika Kirk. Erika Kirk doesn't even like you for real.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
If you notice and you look at her body language when she is sitting on and talking with Nicki Minaj is very open, except for her legs being crossed. Because she's wearing a dress, she's very open. Her body language is open. She's very open to the crowd, to Erika. She's moving around. She's not afraid. She's here. But when you look at Erika's body language, it's bent over, closed off. She's not really looking at her. Why? Because Erika Kirk knows that this woman is getting up on here and making an ever-living fool of herself. And they did that. This is what white supremacy does. It takes black people and it helps them put on that black face paint with the red lips and parade themselves around and look crazy for the name and for the sake of togetherness, of we aren't racist, of we support everyone, we support people. When Nicki Minaj, when she originally came on the scene, that is who she truly was. And because of this, and because of what Nicki Minaj has done, she has lost 10 million followers. She deleted her account, and this is where I say when backlash comes onto Nicki Minaj, she runs. And I think it's very important for us as fans or ex-fans or just people in general with a say-so and an ability to follow and unfollow people. We should not let them get away with certain things just because they are celebrities and they're this and they're that. And I think it's very good of the people who do follow her, because I don't follow her, that they took back their power and they unfollowed her and they really showed her you are much without the people who put you in the position you are in the first place. And those are your queer fans, and those are your gay fans, and those are your black fans, and those are your this and that, you're that. All those people put their support in you because you put support in them, and you actively took it away right underneath everybody's feet by going up there and showing on Turning Point USA and saying what you said. But if a pardon is what you really wanted, why didn't you just ask Trump? You know why. Because of who you are, what you support, and what you do. Like, historically and theoretically, you are not the target audience. You are not the target margin. You're not it when it comes to white supremacy, MAGA, and all those things underneath that diaspora. They don't care about you. They don't care what you have to say. They only care to let you make a fool of yourself, to then make the rest of us feel like we've made a fool of ourselves by supporting someone like that. And honestly, when you look back at where she came from and where she started and who she was, it's just so disheartening, because it really just shows sometimes the money really do change people. And I don't think that she should have to pick up the slack and try to get her brother out of jail. Like, who wants her brother out of jail? Who wants her brother out? Nobody wants her brother free besides her. But also, if she's just doing this because this is simply what she believes in and this is what she aligns herself with, she cannot come back to the internet. No, she cannot come back to the internet. Unless she has other MAGA Candace Owen-esque fans, this is not gonna slide. This is just not gonna slide. So I'm very interested to see what her return to the internet is going to be like. Do we think she is going to return very soon? Do we think she's going to take a while? And I definitely do think if she returns, she's going to go live. And I can't wait to see what she says when she actually does go live. Or whatever she says when she puts out a statement. Nicki Minaj. What are we going to do with Nicki Minaj? Well, I guess the only thing we can do now is wait and see what happens and see what comes forth of this. I really don't know. But thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for tuning in. When new updates arise, I will try to report on them. Good luck, Charlies.
You have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.